let's be real. We live in an age of constant distraction. But what if the key to cutting through all that noise isn't some new app or productivity hack, but a really ancient idea about how our minds actually work? Today, we're going to explore what separates a scattered mind from one that is absolutely laser-focused. Let's dive in.
You know that feeling, right? You're trying to get one thing done, but your mind feels like it's got 100 browser tabs open at once. You're getting pulled by emails, notifications, random thoughts, and that to-do list that just never seems to end. It feels like such a modern problem, but as we're about to see, this feeling is totally timeless.
So, this is the core of what we're talking about today. On one side, you've got the scattered mind. The source material we're looking at has this beautiful description for it, many-branched. You can just picture it, right? All these thoughts and desires branching off in every possible direction. And then, on the other side, you have the focused mind, like a deep-rooted tree with one solid trunk, defined by a single, unwavering purpose.
So where does this powerful idea even come from? Well, we're diving into a classic philosophical text, the Bhagavad Gita. And what's so fascinating is how this ancient scripture gives us this incredibly direct and relevant insight into our very modern struggle for focus.
And here it is, the verse that just nails it. It says it so simply, but it's incredibly powerful. The intelligence of those who are irresolute is many-branched. It's such a striking image, isn't it? You can just see the tangled, chaotic branches of an unfocused mind versus the clean, simple strength of having one single purpose.
The text even gives this state of focused intelligence a specific name, vyavasāyā-ātmikā buddhiḥ. Now, it's really important to get this. This is more than just being focused like we talk about today. It's not about a productivity life hack. It's a whole state of consciousness, an intelligence that is, by its very nature, resolute and one-pointed.
So the Gita basically presents us with this clear fork in the road. There are two ways our intelligence can go. There's the resolute path, which is unified and unwavering, and then there's the irresolute one, which is just constantly getting shattered into a million pieces by an endless stream of thoughts and desires.
And this, of course, brings us to the million-dollar question. I mean, it's one thing to understand the difference between these two states of mind, but how do you actually do it? How do you go from being totally scattered to being truly centered?
Okay, so the path laid out in the Gita is very specific, and I gotta say, it might sound a little unfamiliar to our modern ears. It suggests that this one-pointed purpose is best developed not by yourself, but through the guidance of a spiritual master or a teacher. The whole idea here is about aligning yourself with a source of wisdom that exists outside of your own jumbled thoughts.
And this traditional prayer kind of illustrates the logic. It's basically saying that when you align with and satisfy your guide, you're actually aligning with ultimate reality itself. The psychological principle here is that by focusing your energy and service in one single direction, you're disciplining your own mind. You start to move from a scattered, self-centered state to one of focused devotion. And this isn't just some abstract concept. The text breaks it down into a really concrete daily discipline. It recommends a simple but powerful practice. Meditate and pray, offer respect, and then repeat this whole process 3 times a day. It's basically a framework for constantly recentering your focus and reminding yourself of that one-pointed aim.
Okay, so we've talked about the what, this one-pointed intelligence, and the how, a specific daily practice. But that brings us to the most important question of all. Why? What's the ultimate point of achieving this intense level of focus? The purpose, according to the Gita, is to get beyond what it calls fruitive acts. Now think of these as basically any action you take just for the immediate reward or for sense gratification. You know, chasing after pleasure or wealth or praise. These are the very things that create all those many branches in our minds. The goal is to learn to act from a much deeper, more stable place, instead of just chasing the next temporary high. And here, we finally get to the ultimate destination of this whole path. The endgame isn't just about being more productive or less distracted in your day-to-day life. It's something way deeper. It's about achieving perfect knowledge of your true self, the soul, as something separate from the temporary body and all its endless desires. And this is a really crucial point. The Gita makes it clear that this knowledge can't just be some neat philosophical idea that you think about once in a while. It has to become a living, breathing reality for you. It's about getting to a state where the impulse for all those scattered, sense-driven actions just loses its grip on you.
Which brings us to a final thought for you to take with you. In a world that is constantly pushing us to be many-branched, to multitask and chase 1,000 different things,
What would it even look like to have a one-pointed aim? If your intelligence, your focus, your entire life had only one resolute branch, where would you point it?